And we got some people in here. Awesome. Hi, everybody. I see some people in here. Welcome to Plus One Thrifting and my very first live interview. I'm here tonight with Julian, the bearded thrift machine. And as you can see from his picture, his name suits him very, very well. So, I mean, I'm totally digging the beard, dude. So,
oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
it's kind of new. It's kind of a new addition to my face.
Yes. I am missing the South Carolina hat, though.
I think I got it. No, I don't know where it went. It's probably over there.
I guess that's because I'm here in North Carolina, so we gotta represent the Carolinas.
That's right. That's right.
All right, and so my mom is here, Norma Jean Plus One. I have a few other people here that are new to me, so that's pretty sweet. So if you are new to me, please subscribe to my channel. More importantly, subscribe to Bearded Thrift Machine. His link to his channel is in the description below. And if you need, I can put it in the chat here later on too. So far, we have 4 people watching. I'm going to wait a few more minutes to see if we get anybody else joining us. There you go. Yeah. You said it.
Yeah, I can now. If I look over, I'm actually looking at my phone so I can type in the chat.
Okay. Hey guys, if you're here, I would love to know where you are joining us from. I'm here, North Carolina, and Julian, you're
in South Carolina, the Myrtle Beach area.
Sweet.
On the coast, yeah. It's not too bad. Rained all day today, so that's
exciting. Yeah, I think the rain's coming to us tomorrow.
Yeah, I think there's like a hurricane on its way, but it's coming through the land.
Yes, so, I think it's a tropical storm.
Yeah, it should be fun. Not too bad.
Yep. Awesome. We have someone from Michigan. That's sweet. I've been to Grand Rapids, Michigan. That's about the only place I've been in Michigan.
Never been to Michigan.
Really?
Never.
I know Myrtle. The last time I think I was at Myrtle Beach was to visit family, and I know there are some good spots to thrift down there for sure.
It's reasonably priced. I was watching something the other day, and they were talking about their prices. And it seems like Myrtle Beach is, or South Carolina is pretty reasonable in like thrift stores and Goodwills. I mean, we don't see shoes that are $30, $40. I mean, now we see some, but it's very.
No, did you notice? Hi, Dottie Lynn. Thanks for joining us. Did you see a difference in price when stores opened back up after the quarantine?
I noticed that one of our like privately owned thrift stores kind of went on a sale, and they basically like did a 50% off for like probably 5 days. But Goodwill started to move some of their name brand shoes to the front. One of my Goodwills, and they've never done that, and they're kind of getting away from it again. Today I walked in, there's only 3 up there, and I found some good shoes like on the normal racks, but they actually start to raise their prices a little bit. So.
Yeah, my Goodwill did the same because now they have this like whole case at the front of the door where they put their I guess their cream of the crop items, and then they have also a rack where they're putting like their really nice clothes, which was not there before the shutdown. But luckily, even with them raising a few of the prices, it's still way more affordable than say if I went to like Ballantyne. If I went to a thrift store in Ballantyne, those prices are just crazy. Which I don't know if you're familiar with Ballantyne, but it's where like a very wealthy area in North Carolina.
Sure.
It's by South Park Mall. It's all of that. I mean, you can get some high quality inventory there.
Right.
But you're gonna pay good money to get it. So
we have one of those down here. They do $10 to $15 a shirt.
Yeah.
And that's, even if it's pretty name brand, it's hard to make a profit on something that you're paying $15 for like a button up, unless it's something like really, really special, which
and I'm super, super frugal. So it's really hard for me to pull the trigger on anything like over $5. I'm like, I don't know. So yeah, someone said too rich for me. Valentine. Yeah, it is. It's fun to look if you're looking for yourself, though.
Sure.
Because they do have high quality stuff. But all right, well, we're going to get started here. I'm just going to ask some questions. If you guys are just joining us, I would love for you guys to comment any questions you may have for Julian or for me. I don't know why you would need to ask me a question, but Julian's a full-time reseller. I'm the one who's been doing this for like, I don't know, like a day. So
I've been doing it for like a day and a half. So just because I'm full-time doesn't mean I know anything.
So, all right. So anyways, let's get started with like maybe the first question, like what motivated you to start reselling in the very beginning, even before you were full-time?
I was like a part-time reseller very, very fast. Like my girlfriend, we would go into Goodwills. I would actually like sit on the sofa. Like there'd be like a sofa and I would just play on my phone.
Yeah.
And then she was like, do you know you can make money in here? And I was like, yeah, whatever. So then she was like, no. So we came home, we actually watched YouTube videos. And I was like, there's no way that I can make money in a Goodwill. Well, then I bought a teapot and I flipped it for like $20.
Yeah.
Like almost immediately. And I was like, there's something to this. And that was only probably like 2 or 3 months before I quit my job. I was like, that's easy. I can do this. I can buy more teapots. And like 3 months later, I quit my full-time job. And I was like, I got this. I had only probably about 100 items in my store when I did that.
Awesome.
So yeah, it was kind of crazy for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so then you primarily sell on eBay, right?
Yes, I do. I have I think I hit like 15 listed today. So 1,315 items on eBay. And my Mercari, I actually made a sale like a couple days ago, but I only maybe have like 30 items on there. And Poshmark, I haven't opened that app on my phone in probably 2 months. I might do it for the fourth quarter. Like I have a ton of shoes, maybe over like 100 pair. They're good, so I'll probably put them on Poshmark to make more sales. But eBay is when it's moving and like I have a good day, it's 17 to 30 sales, and I think that to continue to take stuff down and post stuff, I know there's apps that can help you out with that. Yeah. I just want to master, I guess, one thing before I move on to the other and not make so many mistakes. Like if I'm juggling 3, I would make more mistakes than just the one, maybe. I don't know. So.
No, I think that's really wise because actually something that I made a mistake on. I was selling on eBay and Mercari, and then something sold on Mercari and something sold on eBay like the same day. And I made the mistake of switching the shipping labels. So it was a mess just because it wasn't even into the same like program. Like it's a little easier to fix it if they were both from eBay or both with Mercari, but because they were 2 different platforms, it was a pain. Yeah, it was. And then basically I had to refund them both money because it was my mistake. Because it's easier to keep a customer than try to make a new one.
Sure.
But yeah, so that was a pain. And then so Norma Jean +1 wants to know, do you have a person that you look up to? Like, do you have a mentor or someone where you get a lot of your go-to information or your go-to questions for reselling?
It's mostly my girlfriend. Like she's been doing this for a while part-time, and she knew how to start eBay. She sells a lot on Mercari, and she did a ton there. And so if I have any questions, I usually ask her. And that's like really my go-to person, and it's a good person. Like I always bounce ideas off of her and make sure she's like my camera person.
Yeah.
So I definitely appreciate all her help. Couldn't really do this without her. So that would be like my main person I go to make sure I'm not doing anything like, going to lose too much money.
And she does amazing camera work, by the way. She does a great job.
Yeah, she does good. We just got a new GoPro 8. And it's a lot. I like it. It kind of like malfunctions a little bit, but she does really good with it. I meant to say hey to 2 dudes picking, except it came up as hey $. I mean pound
hashtag.
Sign.
Yeah,
hashtag. I meant to at them, but
that's okay. Well, they must follow you because I don't know them. So thanks for joining.
Yeah, they're good. He's a good guy. They're good
awesome.
Guys.
Awesome. Thanks for joining. So, all right. So how do you what's a normal week for you as far as listing, getting your inventory, new inventory, photographs, shipping?
What I do, like, my day in the beginning was rougher because I didn't have a lot of inventory. Right now, I'm actually out. Like, I don't have a death pile or anything, and that's kind of difficult. So, like, tomorrow I have to wake up. And I do my shipping. Sometimes I ship twice today, like one at 9:30 when they opened, and because I don't have them pick it up, I think that they're inconsistent with their times. So if I say 2, I expect them to be here at 2, and a lot of times they're not. So it's inconsistent. So I need consistency. So I get there at 9:30, and then today I thrifted until like maybe 1, and came home and cleaned everything that I got and immediately posted it. And I did that for like 3 months, and I did it today because I'm kind of out. So basically that's my routine throughout the day, is that if I have an auction pick up like tomorrow, there's an auction online that I'll be a part of. And so Friday I'll go early morning to pick that stuff up. But I start like immediately cleaning and listing these items like as soon as I get them. There is no like lag time in between buying and listing. It's very quick. I try to get them up as fast as possible because I need to make, in the beginning, like, cash flow is super important, and it's important anyway. But I need to make my money back pretty fast on these auction lots, because you spend like I've spent always up to almost like $1,600 to $2,000. So I need to make that money back, as fast as possible. As I always say.
No, like I said the other day, the stuff that's just sitting on my bookshelves, my inventory, that's wasted money, because my bookshelves is dollar signs, and so if it's just sitting there, I'm losing money. So that's something that I have to work on, is just moving. If it's not moving on eBay, then try something else. Now I love watching your shipping videos, and there is one dude that you like just take a bat to some of these boxes, and that's like one of my favorite videos I think I've watched ever on YouTube. So if you haven't watched that video, if you're watching, you need to watch that video because it's great. But so what inspires you to do some of those kind of content? Because everyone who resells does like a haul video, or what sold, or most people do those, but some of your content, like that one, that was pretty unique. So
right, there's going to be more of that. And how that started was that the Postal Service broke something, and I was like, man, I packed that, like, I overpacked. I sent Mountain Man Treasure or something. He's like, man, you overpacked it. I said, well, I feel like I have to. So I was like, how much force does it take to break a mug inside of a box that is packed pretty good? And you saw it took a lot of force. And I have another one because they bent a golf club. So it got to the actual individual bend. Well, I want to see what it takes to bend a golf club. Like, what type of force or what type of motion you have to do when it's in a box to bend. It's got to be a lot. I mean, you have to run it over, or we'll find, me and Kayla will do something exciting to bend this golf club. But that's where I get that idea from. Is definitely because they I was like, how did you break it? Like it was packed like double boxed.
I don't know what, like today I had a package that I was delivered from a live sell, and like the post lady, she didn't even bring it to my door. She just like threw it into my driveway, and I'm like, I'm glad that I know that thing that's inside that box is wicker and won't break. But seriously, really?
Yeah.
So, two dudes picking have some questions for you. They want to know, why tools? How did you learn about tools? And my dad was a Madco tool salesman, so tools are in my blood too, but I don't flip them.
Actually, it's kind of funny. Again, I'm super new to this, and I had no idea what really sold on eBay. I started with clothing because that's what Kayla did. She was mostly a clothing salesman, so that's what I started at. And I watched a Harry Tornado video where Leroy, Blood, Sweat, and Sales.
Okay.
They met each other, and he was talking. He said, "I'm a tool guy on eBay." I was like, "What? They sell tools?" Well, I had a whole bunch. I used to. I worked construction with my father for a while. So I used to run like a construction business, and I knew tools, and I worked on cars basically like my entire life. So I knew like decent tools, and I had something I wasn't using. So I was like, let's give this a try. And sure enough, you put up some decent tools on eBay, and they sell very quickly. And they sell for a decent price too. Like people will pay up for them. So that's how it started. I knew it just by working, like, cars, construction, anything really. I was kind of a handyman. So
that's good. And I think I have another question. Do you enjoy buying a certain item? And that might go with what you just answered. They buy, this is Norma Jean plus one. They buy lots of vintage pottery because that's what they really love themselves. Mm-hmm. So what are you into that you personally really enjoy buying?
Mine's going to mostly be, because I know the most about it right now and I can make the most profit, is going to be tool lots, like especially on Facebook Marketplace. I can usually, look at it pretty quickly and recognize that I can make a lot of money or not make any money. So I like it because it's easy to ship, easy to clean. I know exactly what I'm looking at. And I kind of like get excited when you get a good tool win. But it's stuff that I know really well. And I like to get into video games, but I was never like a video game person. So there's a lot of money in it. I can't stand testing electronics.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Hi, Nathaniel. Thank you so much for joining. He's from New Zealand.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
What time is it there? What'd it be like?
It's probably around lunchtime. Isn't it around lunch, Nate? And I think they're a day ahead.
In the future.
Yes, they are. It's very true. I've been there.
The lottery numbers in South Carolina.
I've been to New Zealand, so it was very trippy when we came home because we were like it was like we went back in time. So we have another question from Triple S Mercantile, which is Dottie Lynn. So do you buy what you know sells?
No, and I still buy a whole bunch of stuff that I have no idea if it's going to sell or not, and it usually sometimes does. A lot of my stuff, I watch not everybody's, but I watch a lot of people's what sold, haul videos, and try to learn that way through Instagram and all that stuff. And that's been a huge help. That's how I actually learn everything. But I still will take chances on stuff. Like if it's neat and unique in an auction lot, I'll pick it up if it goes for the right price. And some of this stuff has paid off big, and some of it is still sitting in my inventory, just waiting for the right buyer. So, but in the beginning, I need to know that it's going to sell pretty quick on some of these high-end buys. If I'm spending a couple grand, I need to know that I can get a couple grand back within a couple weeks because I need to go buy more stuff.
Now, I have a question about golf clubs because I know I loved watching you Frankenstein some of those boxes to ship them, but also my Goodwill is always loaded with golf clubs. And I'm like, should I just risk it and buy them all, or I don't know what to do with that.
No, the best person to look at for golf clubs is Carolina Hustler. If nobody knows him, check him out. He is a golf connoisseur. He plays golf. He loves golf, so he loves these clubs. And that's where I learned all my stuff. But I would stick with the big names like Ping, Callaway, TaylorMade, Cleveland. There's some really big names out there that I would always stick with, because of Top Flight, Spalding, and some other unnamed brands. Now, sure, some of them have value, but far and few between. You have to really know what you're looking for. Because I bought a whole bunch of them, and they're not selling. But once you start buying, Ping is a big one. If you see something that says Ping on it, I don't care if it's super old. It seems still to sell. I have some really old, terrible looking golf clubs that say Ping, and they still sell for at least $15 to $20. Some of their new stuff are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So golf clubs are super expensive. I mean, nowadays it's $3,000 or $2,000 for a good quality set. So people are looking for this stuff online for cheap or cheaper, obviously. But yeah, the golf clubs, I would definitely not. That's one of those risky things. You'll be stuck with them if they're not, sought after for sure. They'll just sit there and. Are they $3 up there at your Goodwill?
I'm not sure. I haven't even inquired about them because that's not my thing. And and if I'm going to be stuck with them, I don't have time for that. So. Yeah,
there's a ton of money in it. Once you if you go by and you see Pings or Callaway, and you're because even older Callaways, I sold 2 today, I think, for $20 a piece. I picked them up for $2. So, but they were older.
I'll try to go live one time in my Goodwill because it's a really small one and not a lot of people hit it. So they're well stocked always. So I'll go live and be like, hey, what should I buy? What should I buy? And get me out of my comfort zone. Well, we have a lot of questions coming in, so I'm gonna show this one. This is from Norma Jean. If you could go thrifting anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Ooh, anywhere in the world now. Kayla knows this, that I am like a homebody and I don't like going outside the United States. So I'm going to
Nate,
stay.
He's not going to visit you in New Zealand.
No, like I know it's terrible, but I don't want to go outside the United States. I would go. I would have to say. I mean, I've never been to Hawaii.
Okay.
I feel like Hawaii would be decent. That or Alaska.
Ooh, my mom was just in Alaska, and if you go to her channel, she has a lot of really great hauls from what she got from there.
And yeah, maybe I'll switch it to Alaska.
Yeah, it's some really, really great, like genuine, like Native American stuff, like from the Eskimos and stuff. It's really cool. So yeah, her channel is Norma Jean +1, and so you can check that out. We have another question. Oh, the chat's going pretty fast. Hold on just a minute. From Triple S Mercantile, how do you store your items?
I have like I have a 3-bedroom house, and basically I've taken over 2 of my front bedrooms. And I built, I didn't build shelves because I was going to build like wooden shelves attached to the wall, but I need the flexibility to keep rearranging as I was growing. So I just basically now have lined like the whole front room is completely shelved and inventory. I have the other room smaller, and that's going to be, I have taken that over now with inventory. And that is also where I do my pictures. So I have like a designated permanent spot for my pictures. And then I have, the front room is completely inventory and like my shipping station. And then I now just got a storage unit that has like some of my bigger items that are sold locally. And then I still have my garage that is, me and Kayla just cleaned that out because it was going like insanely crazy with the stuff that was in there. And we donated a lot of stuff back because it just wasn't going to sell. And I didn't have time to deal with things, you know, like a dollar item.
Yeah.
I can't move that. So we donated a whole bunch of stuff back. But usually like, my routine is when I buy it, it goes into the garage to be processed, make sure everything looks good on it before I bring it in the house. Then I store it in the house, or if it is a large item, it goes into the storage unit.
And I think what you just said answered Left Lane Fine's question, which was, what do you do with the items that didn't sell? And you just said that you donate them back. Do you ever have a yard sale?
No, we haven't yet. Like I said, it's kind of still new, like 10 months in. So I was kind of giving all my stuff a chance.
Yeah.
You know, on eBay, you know, maybe like a year and a half in, the stuff that really just I know is not going to sell, I'll probably do a yard sale. But a lot of the stuff we do, you know, donate back. Or if I have something that I think like, you know, so I do go to church and everything. So I was like, if the church can use it, or somebody else, or I contact like my mom. I was like, Mom, you know anybody that needs this? You know, I'll give away anything that I, you know, can basically. Because once you donate it back, it's good to donate back, but Goodwill is just going to sell it at inflated cost. If I can give it to somebody real quick that needs it, I might as well do that.
Yeah, I like to give to like if I know a church is going to have a church yard sale, I know I'm going to shop that yard sale. So I'm like, well, I might as well give them a few things that I can't move also.
Sure.
So here, do you and your girlfriend ever have friendly competitions?
We did. Actually, Two Dudes Picking was also in this competition. We did an $8 challenge. Like we started with $8 and we said, I think it was 30 days. So we did 30 days. Who can have the most, you know, profit in 30 days? And I kid you not, it looked like I cheated because we posted this on Instagram and I walked into a thrift store and found something that sold for like $430. And it was only $5. So like I won because, I mean, it was just, it snowballed into like, it was basically, I turned $8 into I think $800 or $900, which it really hasn't happened since then. But yeah, we always have competitions when we go into the thrift store, but she's super nice because she will find better stuff than me, especially clothing. And then she always gives it to me to sell. Like she just found a 1958 Snoopy pullover that says Italy on it. It's like kind of rare. And I did not find that. That is on my Instagram page, but I totally didn't find that, guys. Like I have some Instagram followers, and I didn't find it. I was given that, and I said, yeah, I'll take it.
Let me see. All right, here's another question. How long did it take to feel comfortable with full-time reselling?
I'm still really not comfortable with it. Like, like I had like a slow 3 days. And I'm like, oh my goodness, my world is gonna crumble here. This is the end of me. No, it's I mean, it's just like I enjoy it, so it doesn't feel like I work, and days go by much faster now that I love what I'm doing. But it's a hustle. Like I don't, the comfort level is I have to continue to work to make, pay the bills. So it's like I won't be comfortable until I have a 10,000 in inventory, like items, and I'm making like $2,000 a day.
Yeah.
Like then I'll be like, okay, I think I'm doing pretty good. But no, until that point, I would never be comfortable because then I'll stop.
Do you ever use pirate shipping?
Yes, I live on the coast. So pirate ship has come in handy when I'm shipping when I get past Texas.
Okay.
And if it's a small item that doesn't fit in a like a flat rate box or something small and heavy, it's going to be cheaper to go pirate ship, like cheaper than a flat rate box or anything. So it goes cubic. So anything small and heavy, I always use pirate ship, like I said, but it's only like past Texas, like west of Texas, I use them.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't do international stuff through pirate ship though.
Okay. Do you ship internationally?
I do through the eBay global.
The global shipping?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've used that as well, and I haven't had any issues with it so far. So.
No, I think that's a lot of. I think the other day I had like 7, I think, international sales in 2 days. So.
What country seems to be buying from you more internationally?
I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I don't pay attention.
What you don't have like a map that you scratch off?
No. I'll just because when it pops up that I sold something, and when I go ship the print the label, I'll be like, oh, it's going to Kentucky, and that's about as far as I take it. Yeah.
No. I tend to sell a lot to Germany.
Oh, I sold some eyeglasses to Germany just because he did write to me and said they got there very safe, and then I stalled it. But I don't know.
And I've noticed, I don't know about you, but I've noticed that some of my international shipping have left some of the best reviews, like the best combat feedback, or at least they take time to actually say something. So that was in my situation.
I agree with you 100%. I think that almost everybody I've sold overseas has left a comment or feedback. Yeah. So I've always really appreciated that. And let me see. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any questions. If I do, just remind me. Just ask it again. What's your favorite place to buy inventory? It used to be like yard sales because you can really find some pretty good stuff around here because we have a lot of people that move from up north and come down south and sell all their stuff. So you get some pretty good, deals. But I'm gonna be hooked on these auctions. They're fun, and it's bad because I'm competitive. So you kind of get stuck in that like bidding war type of deal. So you got to like check yourself on that type of thing, so you don't spend a ton of money when you shouldn't. But I like the auctions because you can buy more stuff. Like you can buy at one sitting at a computer. I can buy 1,000 items or something. I like basically almost bought like an entire golf store one time, and I'm still selling that stuff off. So I think the auctions are good. I want to get in. Me and Kayla are going to do a storage unit hopefully soon. So we'll see how that goes. There's been some people are like, no, it's failure, and I was like, well, it is what it is. I gotta try it. I mean. So.
Yeah, my brother-in-laws did that for a while and started their own store with the inventory that they got from there. But then that fell through. So when I started my business, they let me pick what inventory they still had stored.
Nice.
So that was pretty sweet. So like in the beginning, the majority of my inventory was free because they didn't charge me anything because it's family.
Nice. That's the way to do it. Free is always good.
Yes. That's why I said I'm very, very frugal.
Yeah.
Nate said he once bought a Sterling biscuit barrel he bought it for $250 and sold it for $950.
Yeah,
wow, I need to up my game. I buy something for like $1 and then sell it for like 10.
Yeah, I think the most thing I've ever sold was like 430. I haven't really sold anything. Definitely not $950 on one item.
Really? What is that in New Zealand dollars, Nathaniel? No, I'm just kidding. It's only it's not much of a difference. Let me see. Another question. Okay, here's one. Left-Lean Finds says Goodwill auction actions, or maybe they say auctions, or from an auction house. Like, what kind of auctions are you going to?
I do hybrid, so it's going to be from auction houses or like estate auctions, or when they like shut down businesses or restaurants. I do mostly hybrid. I was doing what is that, Shop Goodwill online with their auctions, but their shipping doesn't seem to be like I don't know, maybe not on point, because I paid like $13 to ship a stuffed animal from Florida to here, which shouldn't have costed 13 because it was a small stuffed animal. So after that, I was like, the Goodwill auctions. I'd rather go pick this stuff up.
Yeah.
So I do highbid.com, and it seems pretty good.
Okay. I know Triple S Mercantile, Dottie Lynn, she does a lot of auctions as well. I've actually never been to an auction. So my mom and we might have to come to South Carolina and you show us how to do the auction house.
Yeah, I got one pretty close here, so it's definitely fun.
Yeah. So yeah, because I've never been, so I would be afraid that I'd like buy it all and not mean to.
I do that online a lot. I buy a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like, why? A lot of my haul videos, I hold stuff up and I go, don't know why I bought this.
I just watched one of your haul videos, and it was like some kind of like purse or something, and or it had a little Annie doll inside of it, and you're like, I don't even know what this is.
Yeah.
So
a lot of stuff I go pick up, I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so so I know you like auctions. Do you have like some of your favorite honey holes close to home?
Yeah, my Goodwill down the street, like it is like a minute from my house, is one of the better ones that I've ever been in. So it's pretty nice. Like today, I went there and got some really nice New Balances, like the ones made in the United States. I think they're 990s.
Yeah.
They're pretty expensive. This is like a special version too, so that was a good one. Some Ariat shoes and boots. Most of my good shoes come out of that one, and then I have a spot where I get my my golf clubs. It's a little bit further south, and I always, when they have their golf clubs come in or whatever they do, it's prime, and they only do like $1.99 to $3.99 on any golf club. So I got two spots pretty close, like less than 5 minutes from my house.
That's awesome. Do you have a particular time that you like hit those stores? Like, is there a time that's better than another time?
No, because I mean, I'm sure I get there in the morning sometimes if I go shipping, like today I went in the morning, but they're moving inventory pretty good, like throughout the day. So I've been in there, midday to when they're closing, and they're still moving inventory out. And then, so it's kind of like a rotating door. So it's kind of like luck of the draw. You could get there in the morning and walk out, and then they move, $1,000 worth of golf clubs out, or a shirt or something that's worth a ton of money. So everybody's like, you got to get there when they open. I agree. Sure. That's a good thing. But if you can't, there's still something that can be found like that. Because I don't know if your Goodwills does, but they're constantly moving stuff. Like,
yeah, no, mine is. They're always restocking. They stay pretty busy. Do you prefer eBay or other platforms?
I prefer eBay only because I'm getting good at it.
Okay.
Like I haven't really sold. I do want to try selling on Facebook Marketplace. I think that's going to be the next big thing, or very powerful, because they're doing shipping now. I could be wrong. I don't know much about anything. But I think, as I can see the trend, I see a lot of people now on YouTube saying, "Oh, I started Facebook and it's working out pretty good for me." So I think that once they get their stuff together and figure out exactly how they're going to do this on Facebook, I think that Facebook's going to I think it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be a good selling platform to get on. I haven't sold on it yet, other than locally, but I do want to get on and try something small that isn't super valuable or breakable to try to sell it on there and ship it out and see how that works. Somebody says, "How does the fees work on?" Oh, I thought they were going to say Facebook.
Yeah, how do the fees work on eBay? That's a loaded question.
Yeah, they just. I'm now into the the managed payment system. And I just
Okay.
switched to that about 2 weeks ago. Before it was like 10% plus like a 2.9% on PayPal. And then if you ever promote your items, then it's a percentage of that. If it's sold, promoted. Basically right now, if you sum the whole thing up, it's like a 12.9%.
Yeah.
That they take from you. And that's without promoted fees. Like say if you can promote items, there's a trending promoting, which is usually like 5 to 7%. And then if it sells through that, like if eBay promotes your item and somebody clicks on it and buys it, you then owe them 6% of that sales price. So that adds up pretty quick.
Yeah, and eBay does have a really good, or at least in my opinion, like a breakdown of what fees. Like they'll let you know that if you're going to use a subtitle, that's going to be a fee. If you're going to use bold, that's a fee. So, so Dottie Lynn, I think you kind of just need to do your research on what it is that you're going to do on eBay, so then you can understand the fees before you kind of commit. Because they can fee you for everything, and you'll be like, "What just happened?"
And if you're like posting a lot, and it's costing you 15 cents a post, but then it costs you this to do an auction and buy it now, and it costs you 55 cents. You're throwing up 100 postings a week, and they don't sell, and then you have to redo that 50 cents per. I mean, it adds up. I mean, I've noticed that scaling is the way to make money, but you have to do it. You can't be paying for listings. Like I have the medium-sized store, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And so I don't pay for a listing unless I do a auction with buy it now. It's like 15 cents. So it takes like 1,000 listings for me to start paying.
I just downgraded my store just because I couldn't upkeep the inventory. And so I'm like, until I can upkeep the inventory, I'm not going to have that overhead as much as I need it to be.
Yep.
What shipping charges on Facebook Marketplace? Lots of restrictions, I guess. Well, I can't answer that. I don't know. Can you answer that either? I don't think we know yet, Dottie. We're looking into it.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna start with something small, kind of like not really, expensive in case it doesn't work. I'm not out. Like maybe like a pair of shoes or something that isn't expensive. So I have no idea how they're gonna do that, but I think in the future it's gonna be a powerful platform. I think the marketplace is one of the most powerful platforms you can sell. Like it ate up, Let Go, and OfferUp and all those places very quickly.
See, and I've tried to sell on Marketplace locally, but I have too many no-shows, and it gets very, very frustrating. So I kind of gave up on that. Do you have that problem, or like what do you do about that?
Yeah, see, now I don't. They got to work around my schedule. I don't make, because that's not like my big source of income. It's just like a thing I'm trying to get rid of stuff, and most of the stuff I'm selling it's so cheap it would be stupid for them not to show up.
Yeah,
like I'm like giving stuff away to people because I need it gone. But I strictly do it around my schedule. They don't show up to the house. It's usually at the storage unit or at the Walmart right next to my house. But if I'm going shopping, I'll be like, hey, I'm going to be there too. If you don't show up by 2:30, I'm leaving. It's so I don't make special trips anymore, because I was doing the same thing. I was wasting 30 minutes in a parking lot waiting for somebody that never showed up. So I don't. You have to. If you buy something from me locally, you'll be going around my schedule.
Yeah, that's smart. I even thought about saying that they have to pay up front before I'm willing to meet them, because I mean, like, I have 3 kids, so I'm loading up my 3 kids in my van along with whatever it is that you're buying from me, and then you're just making me wait, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. I don't have time for this. So for $20,
it's never a big amount. It's not like you're selling, or at least me. I'm not selling huge. It's like $5.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm going to take the $5, and I appreciate it, because $5 is a lot. I can turn that into a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
But if it takes me 3 hours to make it, it's not really worth it.
Yeah. Time is money. So are you ever surprised with what an item may bring in, like profit wise?
Yeah. That big item that I talked about that I bought for $5, it was like a hair laser, like for bald people. Like I'm bald. So I didn't try it out. I could have tried it out, but I didn't, because it sold for a ton of money. And that brought in like $400. I would have never guessed. So I'm surprised. One of the bigger, weirdest flips that we did, hopefully Kayla is still in the chat, is she walked by a can There's a regular like tin can. It was
Mm-hmm.
full of buttons at a thrift store. It was $10. And I was like, man, that can is old. And I know like some advertisement has a possum on it. That's all it was. Yellow had a possum. I sold that thing for $80. And then I sold the buttons inside for like 20. So I comp everything out. If it looks somewhat unique, I'm usually on the phone trying to figure it out.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see. We have some questions coming in. Here's one. What did you want to be as a young lad? Did you ever think you would be doing this?
Not in a million years. Actually, I went to college. I went to a 4-year. I went to USC, hence the Gamecock.
Yep.
Right there. And I went for criminology, and so I have a degree in criminology and a bachelor's degree in that, and I have a minor in business administration. And then I was a police officer for 10 years. And so I kind of wanted to do that, but it was kind of like a job. When you got out of college, you have to do something. Like, you know, it's hard to get a job, and the police department gave me one, so I stayed there for 10 years. So I really never as a small kid, I wasn't like, oh, I want to be like a cop, or I want to be an astronaut. I had no idea. I always kind of wanted to work for myself though, because I tried that in the past. I picked the wrong avenue to be in business. I wasn't enjoying it. So but no, I never thought that I would be selling stuff on eBay, doing pretty okay at it. Never would have thought.
That's good. All right. Nate wants to know, how do you work out your tax return?
It's going to be, I was going to do it myself, which in the beginning, it was going to be easy because I wasn't really buying a whole bunch. I wasn't really selling a whole bunch. And then it got kind of out of hand where, like my sales days are pretty decent and not like big, you know what I'm saying? But, and I'm buying a lot. So the accountant is the best way to do this. And I save all my receipts, because you have to know, and everything's on a little sheet of paper, how much I've spent on what item and everything. And then the accountant is the way to go. Because I know that the 1099 coming in from PayPal, when you're on management payments, you won't obviously get that. You'll get one from eBay, which is easier because they have the breakdown. So they will send you basically what you made that is subtracted through, like the taxes, their fees, the shipping, and then there's the bottom line. But that's not your bottom line. Your bottom line is going to be cost of goods, your deductions on your business, your house, your licensing, and all that stuff. And when you get into that, it gets a little bit tricky. So my best bet is, if you have a tax question, is an accountant, because that's one thing that I don't want to mess up is overpaying, underpaying, because I don't need the IRS coming after me.
Now, do you wait until like the end of the year, like everybody else, or do you like submit your try to file your taxes like maybe quarterly? You do it quarterly, yeah. So
quarterly is the best, because I would in the beginning I didn't, but I'm going to I pay quarterlies because I would be afraid. I did not think I was going to make. Again, I'm not making a ton of money. It looks like I make, like when I post those numbers up on Instagram of $25,000 in 3 months or whatever. That's a big number. But when you start whittling it down, that number is very kind of small when you take home. But for the tax man, if you don't know how to whittle that number down correctly, it's still a really big number. As a cop, I only made like 52, and then so I'm making technically in 6 months what I made back then in a year. So, but it's not at all what it boils down to. So you got to have somebody smart enough, maybe you're smart enough, that you can whittle that number down properly, and then
Well, one of your videos that you posted, you actually kind of did it. You were like, okay, so here's the profit, but then after this, here it is, and then after this, and then after this, and so you were showing, and I really appreciated that because I'm I used to work for an accountant, and but I just kind of I liked the visual that you did, and I think a lot of resellers would appreciate seeing that video. So so everyone, be sure to watch that video because it was really, really helpful. When was it? Did you just post that one?
I think it's either four or five back.
Okay. I don't know. Like I said, I was binge watching all your videos. So let's see. Okay, so this is my mom. She wants to know if that week came your way, if your girlfriend and you were open to meeting up to thrift together. Sweet.
Absolutely. We'll show you all the good thrifting spots. We got a couple of good ones.
Awesome. Almost everywhere my mom and I go, we set time aside to go Goodwill. Like we were in Atlanta, and then for a women's conference, and like instead of going to lunch, we went to Goodwill and loaded up our car.
There you go.
We just skipped it. We're like, who needs lunch? So you have a rival right here.
They got to be Clemson fans, or are they part of the SEC on the south end?
I don't know.
Gators, Georgia.
Me see. Dottie, because Dottie lives in North Carolina, so I don't know.
North Carolina, they don't have a. I'm mostly football. I don't watch any other, and I rarely watch football anymore. But,
I know.
Yeah, Clemson. Yeah, I will agree with you. Clemson does rock. They definitely rock better. You know, they're a really good football team. I like any South Carolina place that like wins, but I mean Carolina is obviously my team, but Clemson does rock. We can't beat them.
We got some Penn State in here.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't watch football. I watched college basketball.
Yeah.
So, all right. Oh, she said that her husband went to Clemson.
Yeah. I'm not a hater. There's people that hate Clemson if they went to Carolina. I'm not one of them. As long as I will root for them if they're not playing the Gamecocks.
Nathan, go local team.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do they play in New Zealand, Nate? I don't remember. I didn't see any sports when I was there. I guess soccer. Soccer was kind of big there. Okay. So let's see. Does anyone have any more questions? Because I think we're getting close to an hour. Do you have anything else? Rugby. That's right, Nate. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Rugby's hardcore, dude.
That's a rough game.
Yeah, they don't mess around.
Yeah, they really don't. Like there's like no pads in rugby.
No.
Yeah.
It's like football. Our football is probably like golf to them.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably look at them like they wear helmets. What is that?
What are those for?
What are those for? That's stupid.
Like shake it off, and they're probably like drinking very strong alcohol on the side.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right. Left Lane Fine says, since going full time, have you taken any vacation days?
I have actually. Me and the girlfriend went to camping, and we're going to go in October, coming up in like 3 weeks. And I did like a video on how the vacation mode worked on eBay, and so when I said I quit my job, I did have some money, obviously, like saved up. Like if you have to have something because you need like buying power. You need sustainable like mortgage payments for at least 6 months to 8 months.
That's smart.
Yeah, you got to have some sort of plan in action. Just don't quit your job, because this reselling thing, if you don't have anything starting, like I didn't have any inventory, you have to like build it very quickly to like get money to come in. So vacation days would not be a thing if I didn't have anything saved up. But I did take, I think it was like a week. And then I'm going to take another week here in a little bit, and then I'll just turn off I'll turn on vacation mode. And I think the shipping days. That got me, actually. I said that on the video, is that I sent out an offer the day before I changed my shipping and handling. So I changed it to like 7 days. Well, I had sent him an offer the day prior to doing that. So he bought it the day after that I sent it, which means that he was still on my 1 day shipping and handling. So that actually went out like 8 days late. Because does that make sense?
Yeah. No, yeah, I have a question for you. So that's why.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I have taken vacation, and I think that's necessary. You can't work all the time because that's.
No, I mean, like, why work for yourself if you can't have a day off?
Yeah, if you can't be like, hey, I want to go camping.
Yeah. So my question about shipping. So, vacation mode. My mom, when she was in Alaska, and the majority of the inventory is at her house when we were selling together. We're no longer together anymore. But yeah, so I put it in our store in vacation mode. What I didn't realize is that I had to turn it off, because I thought when I put the dates in, it would automatically turn off once that date is over. But I didn't realize that. So that was something I learned. But you're saying that I also needed to have changed the shipping as well?
Yeah, because if you just turn on, I guess, because I think I talked to Tesla Picker.
Okay.
And I think it was him or somebody else. And I asked him. And so basically, if you don't, the vacation mode just puts that banner across the top of your listing that states this buyer is away until blah, 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 blah. But if they buy it, it still goes under your shipping and handling for that, whatever's on that listing.
I see.
So you need to like bulk edit your entire, which you can do in like 2 seconds. You just got to go into bulk editing and then, put it out to 10 days. I think the highest is going to be 10 days for that.
Okay.
So you put it out for that long. And then when you come back, you just have to change everything back to bulk edit for whatever, if you do 3-day shipping or 1-day shipping or whatever. But if you don't, like you'll have all those things that will be late, because my one was like super, super late. He was really cool about it. eBay was less cool about it.
I see. Yeah. I think I've had some really, really great people so far. No one's been difficult, so that's good. But I also don't sell that often either. So
I had a couple of difficult ones.
No. Yeah. Do you? Okay. So I don't think I try not to give them that option. I'm like, no, you can't be. You're not going to be difficult. I'm not going to let you be difficult with me. Oh, I just had a question for you and I lost it. Someone have a question so I can remember what my question was. Oh, okay. I remember it. Do you cross post?
Very seldom. Like I said, I'm going to continue with eBay now. Coming up, I might do that, starting probably in like late October into November, and see if I can boost them. I have a lot of shoes, and it doesn't seem like shoes they sell on eBay, but I think there's a better way to sell them. For sure. So I'm going to probably switch over to Mercari or Poshmark for most of my clothing. And I even heard that people like on Etsy are killing it with like vintage shirts and stuff. Yeah. So there's a million. I always tell people there's a million ways to make $1 million. You just got to figure out exactly which way is best for you. So I will probably branch off, but most of my hard goods I'm going to keep on eBay. The stuff that I sell, if I sell a lot of tools and golf clubs, that's not going to go really well on like Poshmark.
Yeah. You're not going to put like a wrench in front of a plant and like a book.
And a book and like, I don't do thank you cards. I used to do thank you cards, but they were, it cost, and people say, it's help, it helps out with stuff, but it costs so much money when you get into stuff like that. If you're shipping out, 17 a day or 20 a day, and I hope to be shipping out, maybe 20 to 25, 30 a day. Yeah. All that adds up. Poly bags adds up. The stuff that all that stuff just it's a lot of money going out. So I try to take, what I'm saying? Like the most. I used to do stickers, and I would always forget to put them on because I'm moving so quick to ship things out. I would never put the stickers on.
No, and guys, if you're watching this and if you haven't watched any of his videos on shipping, you need to watch he's literally a machine. That his name fits him well with shipping. I am not like that. I'm very, very slow. But I guess it's good that I only sell like one package a day. So
no, you'll get faster. The first thing I sold was I hope Kayla's still in here because it's hilarious. I sold a large a photo album. Like it just whatever, it's a photo album. So it was one of the first things. I had no idea how to ship this. We like go to the post office and I was like, what do I do? Like I asked the guy, I was like, what do I do? He's like, I don't know, put it in a pizza box. And I was like, what? He's like, we don't care as long as it's in a box. I was like, I can do this. This is going to be so good. So now, I will construct any box I need to. I just sold a very large toolbox. So this will be exciting tomorrow to see how I package this up.
Awesome. I sold a poster that was brand new, and I promised, like in the description, I promised that I would ship it flat because it's never been folded or rolled or anything. So I'm like, why did I promise that? Once I was trying to figure out how to. So I created a flat box, and I'm like, why don't I own a box cutter? I had to use a steak knife to cut cardboard to create. And I'm just like, I'm just glad I didn't die. And stab myself, but it worked. But the things, I'm like, why did I promise I would ship it flat? I don't even know why I did that. So so those are some of the lessons I learned about shipping. But I mean, it was good money. It was good money for and the whole reason why I bought that poster was because I wanted the frame for my house. And then I ended up selling the poster inside.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. So let's see. Is Southern Pearl Thrift, is that your girlfriend?
Yes, she keeps raising her hand.
Awesome. Does she have a question? Or is she just saying it's her?
Yeah, I think she was. I was saying that she's still in the chat because I didn't
Oh,
see
okay.
her.
So
She's
she's
actually
here.
at work right now.
Okay.
So.
Well, awesome. Well, hi. Let's see. I think, I took lessons. Oh, they're talking about Kung Fu. So I don't know why they're talking about Kung Fu or karate. That's interesting. So that's okay.
Yeah, shipping flat things is always difficult. I've learned that I don't really like to do that. Like posters that are flat. I sell a lot of posters, but they're all rolled up. So.
Rolled up. Well, this one was still like in its like I guess the frame was too big because when I took it out of the frame, it was still in its plastic with the cardboard on the back. So I'm like, well, and it was from the 70s and it was like a poster of owls or something. And I'm like, I don't want to really roll it up. It's because then I would have to open it.
Right.
So that was like, I'm not going to open it and I promised to ship it flat. But yeah, I just had a Frankenstein, a box. And I I put it inside of a trash bag to make it waterproof.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's funny what you'll send. It's like, no, it's gotta go out and halfway makes sense. That's the stuff that I do with golf clubs is ridiculous. Man.
Yeah, no, you're okay. And then here, can't wait to watch your videos. Yes, thank you, Leflene. Finds, please subscribe. His link is in the description of this video, and then you're obviously watching me, so please subscribe. But I'm very, very new, so I don't have actually a lot of content or any really, but he has amazing content and some really great stuff. But I was going to suggest for you, Julian, to create playlists.
Yeah, I got to learn how to do that.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, where's his shipping playlist? And then I wanted to like binge watch. So but other than, and that's what I don't have enough videos to have a playlist yet. So because this is my second video. Yeah,
it's somebody told me that also. They said, listen, you got, because it works also with the algorithm that people like you just said, like they watch one, they're like, oh, I want to click, and with mine you can't click anything because I just have like 60-30 videos that aren't like, they're all jumbled up. But yeah, I have to make a playlist for sure. I have to YouTube how to do it.
Yeah, it's not that hard. You just go to your existing videos and edit, and then it just says add playlist, and it'll give you an option to have a new one and create a new one right there. So it's super easy. You'll be able to figure it out, I promise. We have a really great question, and lots of people are subscribing to you, so that's awesome.
Sweet, thank you.
Yes, and thumbs up this video, please, and comment below. I know I have a lot of people who are texting me right now who are going to rewatch it. They're not able to join us live, so that's perfectly okay. Oh, where's the question? I lost the question. Let me see. Where did I lose it? Oh, here it is. Do you ever do live sales? There's a lot of resellers who are starting to do live sales. And like I said, there's one going on right now. And that's probably why I don't have a lot of my friends watching tonight, is because they're part of the live sale right now. So would you ever do one?
I would. I don't know how that works. Because a live sale would be like on YouTube. I see them like doing auctions and stuff like that. And I don't know what type of.
You can't say auction.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what type of license. Like I know the reselling license would work if it was a sale. So I don't know. I'd have to make sure that I don't do anything that would get myself in trouble. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I mean, like I said, there's a million ways to make $1 million. So
yes,
if that came to be one time and I had some stuff, I would definitely do it. Absolutely. I think I like this is the new, like, this is it. Like how, this is the new way everything's going to be done.
Absolutely.
So
have you watched a live sale?
I haven't.
You haven't? Okay. I would definitely watch one before you do one, just so you can kind of see what they do. That's what my mom and I haven't done one on my channel. I've done them on her channel. But for us, it's been hit or miss, but that's because we also don't have a major following. Obviously, the bigger your following on YouTube is, the more you're going to sell. And with StreamYard, if you're using StreamYard, which is what we're using right now to do this live thing, what's great about this is that if you're doing a live sell, you can post it on your YouTube channel as well as on Facebook. So if you're part of like one of those groups that like no rules posting, you can stream your live sell in one of those groups, and then the chat's all in the same way. So that just brings in more buyers.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's something that I'll be doing in the future. And you can also collab with other people. So you can do a live sell. Like we could do it right now, and I'd be like, my turn, then your turn, something like that, to bring in more people. But I haven't done that yet. So
once you get a solid following on YouTube, it really, I mean, once you get some decent followers that, you know, it's basically you can do a ton of things. The options are endless with which you can do.
Yes, and they're a lot of fun because you meet a lot of people in the chat that's happening right now, and they follow you, they subscribe to you, because even if they don't buy, they subscribe to you, they like your videos, and so that's helpful anyways. And Nathan says some sellers have 500 to 600 people watching, buying online.
Yeah, that's a ton. I mean, that's
And so and like a live sell normally lasts about an hour, 2 hours. And so there's this, I don't know if you know her, the Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. If you I'm going to be interviewing her later on. We haven't set on a date, but she did a live sell today at 1, and she had, let's see, probably around 300 people watching, and I believe she sold every single item that she had. Yeah. And so and then you're just not allowed to say the word auction unless you're an actual licensed auctioneer.
Right. Yeah.
So if you want to do something, so a lot of the people just have a set price for an item.
Sure.
But if they want to do an auction style, they just use a different phrasing.
Sure.
And then they're able to do that. So so anyways, definitely check out the live sales, because I have a feeling that's kind of where a lot of the reselling people are moving to. Just because of this YouTube live makes it a little, so they say offer up or wage war is some of the ways they phrase it.
I like it. I'll definitely watch, and I won't pull the trigger right away because I think that a good following would help out, definitely.
Yes, and then here's what my mom says about live sales is not everyone buys. Some of us just chat. So some people just join to chat. Actually, the live sales that my mom and I have had, it seems like people just show up just to talk to us instead of buy from us. And I'm like, that's great, but can you buy something, please?
Just something small.
Just something small. It's only $5. And then Dottie Lynn says there's lots of Instagram lives. Do you ever go live on Instagram?
I don't, and I probably should. I have a decent Instagram following. It's not like a ton, but I have some. And but I very rarely go live. This is why I'm good at Instagram, is it doesn't take a lot of time. Like I can snap a picture, post something, and I've sold things on Instagram. I've learned a ton. I've met some really nice people in there that give me a ton of information. I give them information. And that's been second to YouTube. That's been my how I've learned everything, is definitely through Instagram. But I don't ever go live because I feel like I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things throughout the day. YouTube is also, as you know, that's very time consuming as well.
It is, and I know who does your editing for your videos. That's another question I wanted to ask.
I do.
You do? Did you know how to do that before this, or did you learn?
I learned. I watched YouTube videos on editing, and I used to use my sister. Actually, I know she's not in here because she's on vacation somewhere that doesn't have internet. But she actually gave me a camera to try. Just say, hey, take this camera and start your YouTube thing. So I did, and then I moved to the GoPro. But she bought a editing through Mojave or something, and it was decent. But when I got the GoPro, I had an older computer, and with 4K, I don't know anything about technology. So when I was putting in a whole bunch of that, high quality video, it was just killing my computer.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to buy. I'm actually on my new computer that I bought, and this one does pretty good. But I do. I think it's called Hit Film or High Film or something like that. That's free editing, and it's everything that I need right now. Like I don't, you can do a whole bunch with the sound and the colors and all that stuff. I'll get into that. Just right now, I'm just trying to figure out how to, cut out the things that I don't want to be said.
Yeah.
And put music in. That's about it.
Yeah. No, there was one video that you had. I think it was your shipping video, and I was like totally into the song that was playing, and I'm like, and then every time it went back to you like talking. I'm glad that you were talking, but I'm like, man, I wanted to listen to the song.
Yeah, that was a good song. I actually got comments on that on Instagram. I was like, man, this song is like addicting. I was like, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I heard that like a lot of people are like, now I'm singing it every time.
Yeah, so, it's solid. But yeah, now I do all my editing, and I had no idea how to do any of that. That's like, it took me a while. Like today, I edited the film. I did I think right before this, I dropped another video on what sold, and that didn't take me very long. I shot it, edited it, and did like everything I needed to do for, I think, within like an hour and 15 minutes, which is my fastest yet.
All right, and I think they want you to see the program that you use to edit again one more time.
Give me 1 second. Hopefully, I don't hit the wrong button. Hold on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's called Hit Film, HITFILM Express, Hit Film Express.
Okay.
And it's free, and people say there's another free one that is absolutely, if you're good at like editing and stuff, and you have time to like learn it. It's called DaVinci.
Yeah, DaVinci.
DaVinci something. That is ridiculous, and that's free, and you can do a ton of stuff that is like really good for editing. But Hit Film is so much easier. It's a lot of like dragging and clicking, and like you can upload stuff. It's very simple. Like yes. I can do it.
DaVinci, because my brother's an editor, a film editor, and so which I did not inherit any of that skill, but that's why I go live most of the time, because I'm like, I just can't edit. But no, he recommended DaVinci as a free editing software. So when I downloaded it, I was like, what is this? It blew my mind. So then I'm like, okay, how to edit YouTube videos in iMovie. So that's what I use.
Yeah, no, that was up there too. Well, me and Kayla, she does some of in the earlier one, she does some editing, but a lot of times she's working or whatever. Like today, like I'll do, but she's also really good at editing. She's better at computer stuff than I am. So she's taught me, a lot. But it's that DaVinci thing was insane. I 20 minutes, and I was like, I'm done. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's
Can you use editing programs on a tablet or just a PC?
I know a lot of people edit on their phone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say yes. I use the computer. I think it's easier because I have a mouse, and I'm not. It's still like I grew up with smartphones and touch screens and all that stuff. I still like a manual mouse to move around. I can move it quicker, and But no, a lot of people edit. I know a ton of people on YouTube that just use their phones exclusively.
Now, okay, because I do a lot of graphic design, Nathan. So, and I will do this. I'll use the same program on my phone, on my iPad, and on my Mac Pro. And I've noticed with the same program that I have, the options that I have change with what device I'm using. So when I'm using my Mac Pro, I have full access to everything the program has. When I'm on my phone, I'm very limited on what I'm able to do with graphic design in the same program. And then with my iPad, it's kind of in between. So I do recommend my personal opinion is just doing more of it on a PC if you're able to, because a lot of times when you get to the app version of editing things, they don't give you full access of what they're able to do. And this is just easier, like you said, with the mouse, and you have more control, in my opinion, to handle things.
Yeah, and it's easier to see. Like the screen is, you know what I'm saying? Like because when on Hit Film, you have like basically what you're looking at, your film you're creating, and then the film that you're putting in. So you can like you have two basically things going at once. So the PC seems to be easier, but so I like it.
Yeah, no. Well, and then also if you're adding like links to things into your video, it's easier to have multiple tabs open on your PC. I'm paying attention to the chat to see what's happening.
No problem.
So
yeah, somebody said hit film ? Yes, hit film express. I could write it in there, but
let me see. Am I still here? I'm gonna see if I can get a. Can you still see me? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get a link to it. Here we go.
But it seems pretty like, it's easy. Like I said, it doesn't come with like the other one, the Mojave one or whatever it was. That came with like little clip arts and everything like that. You can still get that. You just got to get it for free or pay for it from a website and just upload it to that. But I use all that like my the songs that comes from YouTube, the audio library on YouTube itself.
And then I also know that if you have a Mac in any kind of Apple product and have access to iMovie, they do have like free songs and free sound effects in that. And I only know that because I just watched a tutorial of how to add them to my videos. So not because I'm super smart. It's just because someone else was super smart and I listened to them.
Yeah, that's basically how I run my life. I've learned more on YouTube than I did in college, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Let's see. I'm trying to see. All right. Do we have any more questions for Julian or myself before we probably say goodnight because it's getting late? It's past Julian's bedtime.
Yeah, no, 20 more minutes, guys. About 20 more minutes, and
it's past my bedtime.
Yeah,
for sure. It's past my bedtime, for sure. So, all right. I think the chat is, they're saying me too.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, yeah, it's late. All right. So, do you have anything that you wanted to share before we wrap it up? Besides subscribe to your channel?
Yeah, subscribe. Thank you. I want to thank you for letting me on here and talking. I do appreciate it for that. So, but that's really about it. Just subscribe to my channel if you want to. I do the best that I can. Don't take anything I say like exactly because I'm learning immensely every day. So, like I'll tell you exactly what I did wrong and what I think I did right. And that's what my videos are really about. It's just like, this is what I did, and maybe you should do this because it worked for me, or maybe you shouldn't because, just take everything with a small grain of salt because I really have no idea what I'm doing half the time.
And I just posted a link to his channel in the chat, but it's also available in the description if you haven't already subscribed. But I think everyone watching has subscribed to you or were already subscribed.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, which is awesome. And yeah, he has amazing content. And what is your girlfriend's name?
Kayla. She is Southern Pearl Thrift. Yep, she has an Instagram. I'm trying to get her on YouTube, but she will not do it.
That's okay. You guys have to do it together.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's in a lot of my videos, but she won't. She won't do it.
Maybe you guys can go live together. That'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
Yes, that'll be a good one to go live together and just doing something. Thrifting or whatever.
Yeah, I got the GoPro mount that I can wear it on my chest now, or the the thing. So I will be wearing that places. I used to wear a camera all the time as being the police, so I shouldn't be weirded out about it. But I'm like, it's weird.
Is that why you have the beard now? Because you couldn't have one then?
Yeah, I didn't have a beard for 10 years. So basically, by the time I was able to grow a decent beard, I had to cut it every day. Like for 10 years, I shaved every day for 10 years. And then I was like, I'm not ever shaving again, ever. If I never have to go back to a real job, I'm not going to do it. I'm telling you that right now. Like, I'm going to work the hardest I can to not ever have a boss, ever.
Sounds good. Except for your girlfriend, right?
Yeah. She's a good boss.
No, it sounds like it. She taught you well. So Kayla, right?
Yes.
Kayla, you're gonna have to help Julian set up a playlist on his YouTube channel. So then, because then when someone clicks on like your shipping video, it'll just automatically be a playlist and it'll keep going to you, which is what you want to do.
Yeah.
And then Nathan says he is major beer envy right now.
Yeah. It's this is 9 months. I haven't shaved the bottom in 9 months, so I'll go a whole year without trimming it, and then I just cut the sides because it was getting a little wily looking. But yeah, well, I'll do a whole year and then I'll trim it a little bit. But I ain't never really shaving again, ever, except my head. I've lost all my hair, so that's terrible.
Yeah, my husband was in the Army for years, so always clean shaven, and he's still that way. It's just kind of like a lot of military. It's hard to deprogram.
Yeah, and that's you're exactly right. And a lot of guys I know that got out of law enforcement, they still shave. And I was like, bro, you know you don't have to shave.
Yeah.
Like you can let your hair just grow. Like nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, no, like, he's still nice and tight.
Yeah, good. I keep the hair nice and shaved, but that's it. I'm not. It's too much. It's too much. What's going on?
All right. Well, I do want to show you guys. I did do a really cool thing, or at least I think I did. Hold on. Let me see if I can do it. I don't know if it'll make you go away. But I made a little video to subscribe to me. So let me click it and see what happens. If you go away, I'm sorry, Julian.
That's okay.
I'll bring you back. So there's that. +1 Thrifting. That's me. Subscribe. Nice. Can you see it? Oh, cool. So I was excited that I was able to do that again because I watched a YouTube tutorial.
It's so important. Yes. Everything. I was just watching one to get a mic on the GoPro because it's a little bit muffled. So I'm trying to figure out how the best mic, and I will sit up all night tonight probably trying to figure out what mic is the best for my GoPro. Yeah.
The whole like the bearded thrift machine and how to put your logo there, all YouTube today. So
yeah, it looks good. It looks very it looks wonderful. You did a great job.
Thanks. I tried to put you on the guide color side.
Yeah. Hey, it worked out. Very good. That's my color, green. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. So it kind of matched. And then although I edited like a part of my picture out, so I'm like, ooh, whoops, I got to fix that next time. So, all right, well, we're going to say goodnight. And I want to thank Julian so much for joining me. I'm literally a no one, and he said yes to this interview. So I really, really appreciated that. And I want to thank everyone who joined me to watch. I will be having another interview with Patrick, the trusty huckster mercantile. If you don't know who he is, he's really, really amazing, super nice guy. Like one of the nicest people ever. But his interview is going to be September 30th at 9:30 as well. So be sure to join me there. And then I will be having another interview in October with Misty from Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. Oh my goodness. She is like the longest name ever.
Yeah, it's such a long name.
It is. And it's a tongue twister too. And I'm really bad with those. So yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks again for joining us. I'm going to say good night to everybody. And
yes, good night. Thank you.
We'll see you guys on YouTube and Instagram.
Yes.
All right. Bye.
Thank you all.